What's going on, everybody? It's Childish back out of the game, coming at you with another Summoners War video. And in today's video, we stop everything that we're doing to give you guys that breaking news here for the Summoners War Chronicles community. We have a huge update for you guys to include a new summoner, some new units, as well as a lot of cool updates in the game. I'm super excited to talk about. But before we get into that, though, as always, fam, thank you guys so much for clicking on this video. And of course, if you want to see more content down the road, you all know what to do. Like the video, subscribe to the channel, and as always, hit the notification bell so you guys know when that next video drops. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get into it. The latest and greatest information that we got going on here. We got some new runes, we got some new monsters, and of course we got a new summoner. So again, first thing that we've been talking about, that we've been hyping it up here for quite a few months here, the new summoner, the assassin's called Heath. So it is available to you right now. All you have to do is clear the Act 9 story here, and after you get it done, the mercenaries evaluation, you'll be able to incorporate it in your arsenal and have some fun with this one. Now, I will say this, I'd have taken a little bit of time to take a look at the unit and take a look at the skills. I don't want to go into too much details, but I will mention a couple things that I saw that I thought was pretty cool. As far as the fire version of the Heath, I do like the fact that this one here has the ability to do a massive amount of damage. This fire assault here looks pretty cool. The damage taken up, being able to do massive amounts of damage here based on the number of enemy hits. I think that'd be kind of fun to use in certain situations where there's just a crazy amount of units, whether we're talking about PvE content when it comes to ads, or when we're talking about Battlefield when everybody's ganged up and doing work here. So that should be fun. The water weapon skill, I saw a lot of kind of provoking kind of control, ways of clearing, harmful effects or whatnot. So this one to me looks more of like kind of a solo based kind of a build here. The one here, I did not see anything that kind of stuck out here, which is kind of funny because I feel like I'm missing something out here. But again, do me a favor, leave a comment in the comment section down below. Let me know what you think about this one here. I thought the wind one was going to be something similar to the other damage dealing summoner out there. Or I thought it was going to be one that's going to be kind of the bread and butter, the one that you kind of use for everything when it comes to PvE. But I may be wrong in this one. I do see various ways to, obviously do a ton of damage here, stripping the abilities or whatnot. But I don't know if this is going to be like the one that everyone's going to be going for. I do see the hide mechanic, hides within the shadows and approaches the enemy to do the damage to the area, giving herself an attack up. So that is nice. But again, you're obviously going to have a handful of units out there in the game in your lineup here to provide that attack speed up, the buff speed up. So yeah, we'll have to see. Light and dark, though, of course, is the ones that a lot of people are going to be utilizing. Generally, we see a lot of good benefit on this one here. Let's take a look to see what we got going on here. So again, light assault, doing some damage to the area and slashes the enemy 2 times here. Each hit applies that bleeding effect. So again, if you're a big component of bleed, but more importantly, the ability to steal mana, I think that one's going to be a good ability as well here. Again, as well as that one, light cross here, striking the target, doing some damage based on the number of beneficial effects here, which of course you're going to be stacked depending on how you're sitting with regards to your comp. If you have 4 or more beneficial effects, you'll be able to defeat the target. A target to defeat an attack but cannot be revived. And this is kind of crazy because there's actually a couple of skills within his kit on different elements here that allows the players to not be revived, which is crazy because of course we got summoners like Darkina that has a revive mechanic. We got obviously a handful of units out there that have the revive mechanic that people take advantage of. So being able to just kind of take that away from the game, the playing field, I think is going to be really good as well. The dark one here, this is the one that I was kind of looking at it early on. I felt like the dark assassin, right, was going to be the one to go for. Again, another similar skill, being able to get into that shadow step, being able to hide within the shadows and approach the enemies. It's going to do a good amount of damage, going to provide that fear, and it's going to do prioritize attacking targets with a concentrated attack here. So that's going to be kind of unique. Of course, as you guys might have guessed, it has that moving speed like we've seen in other different elements here when it comes to this, or other different weapons when it comes to this one here. So that's going to be beneficial as well. Dark Spiral, pretty interesting here too. It appears in front of the enemy and consecutively strikes a target to deal damage based on the normal effects. Again, this kind of reminds me of that wind-based version of Orbia. I'm going to do a massive amount of damage based on the number of harmful effects here. And if the first, second, third, and fourth all land as a critical, it will ignore death denial effect, which obviously is really strong considering different summoners out there and the things that they have to prevent them from dying. So obviously light and dark are pretty strong. I do see some value in the fire and the wind. Water one, it is a solo based one. I don't know how much I'm going to utilize that unless I just need elemental advantage, but overall, the kit looks pretty cool. I think it's pretty good. I don't. You guys, let me know what you think about it. And again, I have to check on the Korea sir. Like, I feel like Soletta and Orbia are still still like some of the stronger damage dealers out of the three. But you guys, let me know. Correct me if I'm wrong here. I'm probably missing something when it comes to this one. But anyways, let's go ahead and move on to the content. Again, I wanted to go. I don't want to spend too much time in this video because I want to do a video on just the overall update, as well as bring you guys a second video focusing on the units that we're going to be talking about here as well. But before we get into that though, the max level of the summoner and monster have expanded. So again, once you jump into the game, get those monsters leveled up here so you can get yourself the added bonus. One of the things we're going to be talking about when it comes to the dungeon and of course the new runes coming in is that you're gonna the threshold from being able to do the dungeon, but more importantly, being able to auto battle with your tickets is going to be quite a bit high here. So you're going to definitely want to take the time to level up those units as well. The Fairy King is available for you guys right now. We got some banners going on to play. Again, we're going to be going into detail in the next video here, talking about every single unit here, but you can kind of tell just from here, the picture, to kind of get a feel from what these units do. This is going to be interesting to see if they're going to, impact the meta. Again, I wish I did check out Comtos Korea, but I did check out, the Korea server to see how these one impacts it. I haven't heard anything outrageously crazy, but obviously the Light and Dark one have definitely showed their way when it comes to Summons or Sky Arena. So I'm curious to see if they're going to be as strong as they are in Sky Arena as they are in Chronicles as well. A couple of things that we got going on here. We got the new Light Lich that's going to be coming into play for the Illusion Garden. And of course, the new season for Galagos here. It's going to be starting off right after the maintenance. So keep that in mind. It's going to be a 4-week period. And, you got plenty of time to get it in, get it done, and get all the rewards you can obtain there. So it's super important to get it done here. So now, got a couple of changes here as well. Skill relics obtainable from the elite boss levels are divided into common exclusive relics here, the relics that we can collect. And this refers to the information here on the exclusive relics below for a smooth adventure. So here's the types of relics and of course the overall changes here. This is going to be good. I'm definitely looking forward to this as well. Path of development here, all these things are going to be shared. So this is kind of cool. I like this change as well. Path of development here, obviously it takes a lot of time to clear every single stage over and over again. But now once you get yourself at a certain level, whether it's level 7 or whatnot, now various other dungeons within that specific path is going to be cleared as well up to that point. So this is definitely going to speed up the process when it comes to players out there. But just kind of keep in mind, regardless of how high you can go up into these other stages, if you are an up-and-coming player, if you're a new to beginning player, you still have to do the work. You still have to get the runes, the basic foundation of your runes, your units and whatnot leveled up here if you want to compete in that, because ultimately you cannot just carry over your units in every single dungeon because of the sheer fact that there's going to be an elemental advantage. So yes, unless you have an absurd amount of combat power, you're going to have to wait until you, like I said, get a few units built up, few runes built up, and have a couple of units that you can mix and match here to get that elemental advantage, get that combat power up, and get that damage bonus as well. So of course, one of the biggest things when it comes to the updates here, the 6-star mythic runes. I think they did something really, really cool this time around. They put them in the game, but they limited the amount that people can get. There's going to be a limit going on here, and I believe in 3 days time from this video, you're going to be able to get yourself even more, which is great. So again, I'm glad that they kind of gated it, because as you guys might have guessed, and everybody knows it by now, we got people that are farming around the clock here. So for somebody out there that's coming into the game and is fortunate enough to maybe get 6, they're the only downside is that somebody out there may have 18 already, but if it was not gated, there's people out there that could have had 25, 50, 100, and it's a pretty big change when it comes to Mythic runes here, adding a 5th substat on that specific rune, kind of focused on the PvP mechanic here. So let me scroll so you guys can see this here, the 6-star Mythic runes. PvP crit rate, res, crit damage, take it down to whatnot. Again, seems kind of silly because it is focused on PvP, but again, that's where endgame is. Everybody knows that by now, regardless of what game you're talking about here. Anything and everything you can do to improve the overall stats to be as strong as you can be in the PvP platform is going to be super important, and this is definitely something you guys are going to be wanting to go for. Outside of that, we got a couple of changes here when it comes to the artifact. Temporary storage will be added so you can store some summon artifacts, even if the artifact bag is cool. That's very, very cool. Unappraised runes on the exchange center will be added to the items tradable on the exchange center, which is great as well. And then, of course, a couple of random changes here and there when it comes to the book, achievements, so on and so forth here. So I do want to point out that there is a lot of things going on with regard to this update, and there's a lot of things that you can be doing overall. But don't forget, fam, check out the new events, get on that PvE quest so you can get yourself the White Shadow Mercenary Heath, start playing around with them and have some fun with them. In addition to that, obviously, stay tuned as we're going to be dropping a video here in less than 24 hours showcasing the new units here, the Fairy Kings, and seeing which one is going to be the strongest one to go for here. Again, fam, if you guys are curious about any and all fixes that are coming into this game, I'll let you guys read this all up here. I want to make this super quick, and I apologize if this sounds a little rushed right now. I feel like I am rushing this a little bit. It is super late. It's basically my bedtime. I ended my stream. I ended my Summoners for Skyrim stream just so I can get something out for you guys. For those of you guys that did not know that there was a new drop here for Summoners for Chronicles, because this is really a big update. New summoner, new units here, big changes. We'll see if everybody kind of sways their way on over to Heath, or they just kind of stick to the regular damage dealers here. We'll have to wait and see how strong he is. But anyways, fam, let me know what you think about in the comment section down below on the update. Let me know what you think about that new summoner, Heath, the assassin. Definitely excited to hear your feedback on that. Take care, God bless, and we'll see you all in the next one. We're out.